ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमो भगवते अरुणाचल रमणाय। Namaste friends. Just few hours ago, I had already done a session where I assessed Sri Narendra Modi ji's chart, whether he is a Tula Lagna native or Vrishchik Lagna native. So that was quite a long video, approximately 50 minutes long. Now I want to do this one video on Modi ji, mainly on the aspect of his tenure, how long he is going to stay in Indian politics and when he is going to leave. This was since long time I am brainstorming on this topic. Even I indicated this particular thing in a tweet few days ago. So I am not going into much details of this chart because this session is not for that. I am just going to assess, because there are so many doubts are floating around. So I want to put up my opinion on his chart, that as to how long he is going to survive or stay rather, and what will happen in the next election. So this is the area of this session which I am going to touch upon. The chart is in front of you. You know that I use this data, September 17, 1950, in the morning 10:10, and the Tula Lagna, Mesh Navmansha, and Mesh Dashmansha. I discussed the Dashmansha chart for an important matter of Simhasan Yog, Shani and Shukra Parivartan, 10th Lord and 2nd Lord. This thing in my last session when I discussed about Tula Lagna and Vrishchik Lagna comparison. So let's go to things. Yes, I wanted to say here that maybe some people are not knowing that, but in 2012 December of 2012, I had written a very long article where I had discussed Modi ji's chart, taking it as a Tula Lagna, same chart. And I had said that Modi ji is most likely going to become Prime Minister in 2014. The basis of my assertion that time was Vimshottari Dasha of Moon, which is a 10th Lord and which was just about to start in June 2012. If you remember, December 2012, he won Gujarat election again, third times in a row, and that was also done. That prediction was also done by me, but then I did not put up. I was not on Twitter also at that time, so I had just told to few of my close people. One of them is a very big name in Jyotish circle. And then I told him that if my assessment is right and if I am looking at a right chart, then I am predicting that 2012 December election, Modi ji will win with simple majority. And if that happens, then I would start relying on this chart more. And then I can make the prediction on 2014 election. So this happened on 20th December 2012 when Modi ji won Gujarat election handsomely, and then on 25th December I had written this article saying that 2014 he will become the Prime Minister. or he has a high chance of becoming the Prime Minister. That article is there in my blog, Punya Prakop blog. Then came 2019. I had a very long article before 2019 also. That is also there on the Punya Prakop blog, and there I have discussed many aspects of the chart and dashas. In that article, I had predicted by assessing the chart that Modi ji will win very big, and maybe this time it will cross 300. BJP alone will cross 300. That same thing happened. I will tell you why I had said this. If you see the dasha, it was Chandra Mahadasha. Chandra is the 10th lord. Even though debilitated, it is the 10th lord, and Moon Rashi Lord Mars is also in own house, in own bhava, and Chandra is in Shani's nakshatra. If you see Chandra's nakshatra in the Vimshotri Dasha scheme, Anuradha is a Shani's nakshatra. Basically, Shani is a Param Yog Karak in Tula Lagna. Shani is the lord of 4th and 5th, so this becomes a very important, most important graha. Though the same Shani also becomes Param Yog Karaka in Vrishab Lagna, being a 9th and 10th lord, but 9th bhava is also a Badhak bhava in Vrishab Lagna. So if you see the degree wise, the highest Param Yog Karaka Shani becomes in Tula Lagna. The second best is in Vrishab Lagna, because 9th bhava is a Badhak bhava also, where in Tula Lagna 4th and 5th bhava has no blemish. So in this case, Moon, which is the 10th lord, is in Shani's nakshatra. Shani is a Param Yog Karaka. So Moon tends to give, as a 10th lord, it has tendency to also give the result of Shani. This is a method which some people will be knowing that. So I was very sure that Chandra Mahadasha would be great Mahadasha for him in many ways. Now, 2019 election was falling in Mercury Antardasha. You see here, from April of 2018 to September of 2019, that Mercury was running. Now, Mercury being in the 12th lord, in the 12th bhav, in exaltation, people would think that, okay, there is a losses and is a lord of losses, and placed in the bhava of losses, Vyayasthana. So it might not be a good result for him. But then there are many things which people miss. Let me show you two things. Check the Mercury's degree. Mercury is in the Kanya at the very start of Kanya, on the first degree. 0 degree 46 minutes means on the very first degree, very entrance of Kanya. So Mercury is really powerful. Don't consider 0 degree means it is not powerful. No, that is a wrong concept. Now check the sun. The royal planet sun is also 0 degree 33. 33 minutes and this is 46 minutes. Completely, Mercury is completely overwhelmed by sun, the power of sun. You see? So Mercury is almost merged into sun's power. So Mercury's power. So if you know that Sun Mercury is called as a Nipuna Buddhi Yoga, Buddhi Yoga generally, and we will see that Sun and Mercury you will find in many charts. But what is important is the closeness of Sun and Mercury. Here they are in the same degree, on the same degree. It means that this person is extremely intelligent. His mind, his intelligence works extremely well. It is very sharp intelligence. It is very difficult to defeat such a person intellectually. Now, Sun being a political graha, here, in Mercury Antardasha, the results will be amply given of that of the sun. Will be given that of the sun. You know, powerful sun. Sun is a powerhouse, and in moon, which is also a political graha, in democracy, moon uh, can be equated to people's emotions. You can say in a wave. So this wave is like influenced by moon in a democratic country like us, and sun is a political power. So when moon and Mercury was running, I was sure that the results will be excellent because moon, Mercury is the Antardasha Lord is completely overwhelmed by the sun. So here the sun will exert his influence. This was one thing. Second thing is that if you count from moon to Mercury, the house, and then the same displacement if you count from Mercury to further down, further back, then the Bhog Rashi is Karka. That is 10th house of the chart. So again, it is a powerhouse. So Bhog also falls in powerhouse, 10th bhav. And Mercury is anyways giving the result of Sun. So I was very clear with, and then there are so many things which I have written in the article. You can please go and see the article. It's a very comprehensive article. So this was my one of the basis that just by looking at Mercury Antardasha, and Mercury is placed in the 12th and as a 12th lord, so result may not be good or something like that is not that simple and that straightforward. People has to look deeper into it. Let us say Rashi Dasha, Chara Rashi Dasha, which is also a good Dasha, which I normally see before predicting anything, just to verify, just to check. Now, if you see Chara Dasha, now we are interested in this period where 2019 election fall. If you see the Leo period, Simha Rashi period, where he got elected, this was in the Taurus Mahadasha, Taurus Antardasha. In Leo, where your Param Yokarak Shani is placed and the Lagna Lord Shukra is placed. So Leo has to give great results in political field. Then the Virgo will start. Virgo started at September 2016 and it is going to remain at until 2028 September. Now Virgo being a 12th bhav, housing 12th lord and sun and Ketu. Yeah, some people may tend to like how in Vimshottari Dasha with Mercury Antardasha, people may tend to see differently. Similarly, the Dasha running since 2016 is Virgo. But here the same thing goes, that Virgo is actually housing the exalted Lord and the political sun in full glory. And Mercury is completely, as I said, it is absorbed in sun, being on the same degree. You can see in the sky when sun is there, you can't see anything else. Even the moon is disappears, even though it's a big visible graha, it disappears. So obviously Mercury, even Saturn has no chance when they are very near to sun. Here we are talking about 0 degree on the same degree. Now in this 2019 time when the election was there, it was Pisces period, and the Bhoga Rashi, if you count from Mercury to mean and back, then again Bhoga Rashi is in the Kanya, where Kanya has Mercury, Lord exalted with political sun. So this was also an indication that this is going to be a very good results, which was mainly based on the Vimshottari Dasha and then verified, because Virgo has the power of sun there. Now people will also, some people will have a doubt why this 12th Rashi or this 12th Graha, place Graha, can give such a fantastic results in political field. So here the Bhavchalit also plays an important part. If you click on the Bhavchalit, which I use the method, in that method of Bhavchalit, means Bhavakundali, you see all these grahas shifts back to 11th bhava. They all shift back to 11th bhava. So that is why when you see the career of Modi ji, he did have this feeling of spiritual and sannyas and going to Himalayas at the earlier stage of his life, very young age. When the Mercury period was running, I think this was the time 65, 68 was the time. I think he went to Himalayas for a couple of years, but he couldn't pursue his sannyas and he was sent back because you see the 12th bhav is not that loaded. Actually, the grahas are shifting back to the 11th bhav. This is also one thing which I wanted to point it out. So sometimes you are baffled. Modi's chart is like there are so many baffling factors. You see, I have already discussed this on Twitter that Sun, Mars, Mercury, and the Atmakaraka Shani all are placed at the very start or very end of the Rashi. 4 grahas. So that's not a simple thing. That's not a normal thing. You will find it rarely, in very rare cases. And this also shows us that if the graha is at the end, very end or very start of the Rashi, it is not weak. Yeah, such misconceptions should be removed. And this can be only removed when we see many charts. Now, Saturn is also Atmakaraka here. The Param Yoga Karaka Graha is also Atmakaraka. Atmakaraka Shani is in the Simha Rashi. Simha Rashi is a political Rashi, being a Rashi of the king, Sun. And Atmakaraka Graha is in Simha Rashi along with the Lagna Lord Shukra. So the direction of his innermost soul is to just power. Take the power and serve people. Basically, this is a very good chart. That is why the power is not meant for selfish ends, but to do good for the country and the people. So his inner desire is to capture the power. So that is how Shani can show, Atmakaraka can show. And Lagna Lord also plays there. This Shani Atmakaraka is in the Dhanu Navamansha, which also shows, Dhanu Navamansha also shows that it is the desire is to also, evolve oneself. If you see the symbol of Dhanu, the beast is evolving into the human, and human is aiming high with a bow and arrow. So, always aiming high, because Atmakaraka is in Dhanu Navamansha. Okay, this is a small point I wanted to mention. So Shani being the Atmakaraka, he is born also on the 17th, 1 and 7. So numerologically is the 8th number, Shani's number. You would have seen that Shani has been pivotal in his life. Shani's movement is very important for him. Shani's transit. Then I had made one Excel file. Let me show you this Excel file. It is like a lot of important events and then the transit at the time and the dasha. I would pinpoint this one important thing, join RSS. I will maybe color it. He joined RSS and took the sankalpa of dedicating his life for people and the country. That was in 3rd October 1972. If you see then, Shani was in Vrishabha at 27 degree and retrograde, bracket means retrograde. Guru was in Dhanu and the other grahas were there. So I don't want to go in that details. Now you see here, so he joined RSS. So in a sense, the social and socio-political journey started, though he joined BJP much later in 1987. But if you see, because joining in the RSS means he has joined he has started his journey, and it says that he also took the vow of dedicate his life for the country and people. So that was the time when Shani was in Vrishabh. Now you see here, when he came to the power, he came to the power on 7th of October 2001. So this is when Shani came back again to Vrishabha, and he was retrograde, same like in 1972 when he joined RSS. So almost approximately almost one Shani cycle, so approximately 30 years, little less than 30 years, 29 years. When Shani came back to Vrishabha and in the retrograde motion at 20 degrees thing, then and Guru was in Mithun, he got the power. He got the real power being a CM, and the journey started. The journey of power, real power started from then on. Now this Shani, so that is again coming back, will be coming back in Vrishabh in few years. Let me go back to the chart. This is just I wanted to point it out. Now let's see what happens here. Dasha. He is in Moon Dasha, and Moon Dasha is getting over around June 2022, next year. He is in Moon Dasha and Shukra Antar Dasha. If you see the Rasi Dasha in Virgo, he is in the Taurus. Taurus is the 8th bhava, and we see the troubles he is facing, tremendous troubles. And then the Aquarius will start from September. But he is still in Virgo Mahadasha, as I said, till 2028. Here, the Moon Dasha is ending in next June. So this will be a Chitra Dasha. So Moon Dasha, the Dasha of 10th Lord will be ending, and the Mangal Dasha starts. Now here there is a catch. People would have a very confusing. This is a confusing state. It is not easy to predict what will happen in Moon Dasha, Mars Dasha, 7 years Dasha of Mars. Mars. Now we have to dig deeper. Mars is, as I said, Mars is a Marak Graha for Tula Lagna, and is debilitated in the Navamansha chart. So Marak Graha is debilitated. But at the same time, Moon is also the Moon Rashi Lord. So Mars is a quite kind of baffling Graha in this chart. Now, one thing I will clarify here. Let us simplify. I would give you to remove the clutter. Mars is with 10th Lord Moon. Now, when Mars is with 10th Lord Moon, the power cannot go. The power person cannot be without power. That is first thing. Second thing, on the Rashi Dasha, Virgo is running. And as I said, Virgo has a lot of influence, tremendous influence of his own exalted Lord, plus the powerful king's son. So Virgo Dasha also says that he cannot lose the power. He is not meant to lose the power. That is first thing. That's a bigger view. Now let us go inside and zoom in, and then 2024 time will come. So 2024 election, which should come around May if things goes without any issue, major issue. And here in Virgo, the election, next general election would be falling in Leo, Virgo Leo. So you see Virgo Leo has both Mahadasha, major Rashi Dasha and sub period of the Antardasha, both are having Sun's influence. In the Vimshottari Dasha, Mars and Guru. Now there is an important thing, as I said earlier, that Moon is in the nakshatra of Shani. Shani is a Yoga Karaka. Similarly, Mars is in nakshatra of Guru. Mars is in nakshatra of Vishakha, which is Vimshottari Lord is Guru. Same way, Guru is in nakshatra of Dhanishta. Dhanishta's Vimshottari Lord is Mangal. So you see here, there is a nakshatra parivartan yoga if you just concentrate on the Vimshottari Dasha scheme. This shows that Mars Dasha would also have great influence of Jupiter in his Dasha. And interestingly, the next general election falls in Mars Guru, and both has the nakshatra parivartan. Guru in Kumbha is also akin to exaltation. It's a very good sign for Guru. And if you just see the Bhavachalita, even the fifth lord, Rahu joins Guru. And Mars comes into Lagna. Here, all this factor, if I combine and if you have to judge accordingly, fifth is also the bhava of following, followers, exerting tremendous influence on the followers. I would say that during the period of Mars and Guru, when this general election would be held, he would have, in my opinion, this election result would be even better than the previous election of 2019. Because, as I said, in Rashi Dasha, Virgo and Leo is running, and in Nakshatra Dasha, fifth place Guru is running, where Moon Lord Mars is aspecting Guru. There is a big change coming here in Mars Guru, and there will be a great aggression from Modi ji, being in Mars Dasha. But the aggression will be calibrated, will be controlled by Jupiter's benign strength. And we will have in 2019 a better results than 2024. We will have better results than 2019. This is my strong opinion here, based on what I'm seeing here. Because Guru is also very powerful. Don't you see that Guru is also aspected by Shukra placed from Simha Rashi, which is a Lagna Lord, and a little bit of aspect of Shani also. Though Shani is at the end of the sign, but little bit of aspect of Shani also. And it is also placed in the Rashi of Shani and Guru. So you see that both fifth lord are influencing, even Rahu is influencing the with Bhav Chalit. So both fifth lord are influencing Guru, and there is a nakshatra parivartan between Mars and Guru. So Mars will not give a complete Maraka result. It will give the results of more of a Guru's results. This also, we are also corroborating these facts with Rashi Dasa, as I said, Virgo and Scorpio, Leo. So it is my clear opinion that 2024, whatever may be the current situation and what is going on because of the COVID Chinese virus, come 2024 results around April, May, we will have a huge mandate and BJP will cross the present 3036 alone. And we are going to see aggressive Modi ji in this Mars Dasha. We will see a lot of changes. A lot many has been done, but even we are going to see many changes in that Mars period. Now, I would also say that because this is a very popular opinion coming that he might leave the prime ministership in 2016, approximately 2016. Some people are saying that because the 75 years will be completed, so he will leave. I think that is many people have this misunderstanding. It is not like that. There is no rule in BJP that a person once reaches 75, he has to take a sannyas from political field. That is no rule. So, and secondly, there may be some astrological opinion because it is he will be in the Mars Mercury period and then Ketu period. As I said, Ketu is a Moksha Karaka, Mercury is the 12th lord. Both are placed, apparently placed in the 12th bhav, but actually not, because if you just, as I told you, if you go to Bhav Chalit, they are not placed. They are shifting back to 11th bhav. Okay. But then people might have this idea that because Mercury is the 12th lord and exalted, and along with Ketu, so he might leave political field, he might leave the prime ministership and go to the Jhola Utha ke chal denge. But I have absolutely no doubt that he is not going to go away. He is going to stay put. He is going to be the prime minister. He is going to, because he has a lot of things to be done. So there is no chance that he will take sannyas. Then I think let's see. Let's fast forward to the end of the Mars Dasha, which is 2029. Sorry, 28, 29. That's a Chitra Dasha, and that's a Mars Moon period. Mars Moon period. So it is a end of the Mars Dasha, which is Antar Dasha of the Moon. And if you see here on the Char Dasha, Virgo is also ending at 2028 September. Virgo Dasha. Kanya. So Kanya is ending at 2028. Where is the Kanya? This one. September. And around the same time, and not around the same time, little bit later, Mars Dasha is ending. So last two Antardashas are of Sun and Moon, political Rajkaran, Rajkiya Grahas, Sun and Moon. Here I feel that 2019-29 means there should be elections, the general election, and it is natural that people will see that Modi ji will quit then. Now here I have a little bit of not little bit of there is a different opinion in my mind. That is coming from my belief here. I am coming back to this Excel sheet. The journey started, the Sankalpa started in 1972 when Shani was in Vrishab. The end will come again when Shani will complete the second cycle. First cycle Shani completed and he got the power. And when Shani will come to in the second cycle of Vrishab, I think that is the period when the career, the glorious political career, social career of Modi ji will end, or likely to end, I would say. So I don't think that Modi ji will go away until Shani travels Vrishabh. This is my judgment. I may prove wrong here, maybe prove wrong here, but this is my, you can say, intuition based on Shani's movement. Now 2028-29, if you check Shani's position, I think he is in the Mesh Rashi. So let's put some random 2029. Shani is in a Mesh Rashi. See. So I feel that, and as I have explained in few tweets earlier in on Twitter, that 2030 and 31 is a period of global crisis. I may think that there will be a global crisis, global war kind of situation, maybe third world war, we can say, kind of situation is highly likely to be developed in 2030, when Shani and Ketu would be closely transiting through Vrishabha Rashi. So the effects would be starting from 2028-29. And that effect will ultimately develop into a full-fledged conflict, global conflict. So this tells me that probably these elections which is scheduled to happen in 2029 May, June, may get postponed because of this extraordinary situation, global situation. And Modi ji might prolong his prime ministership beyond Mars Dasha. So in my judgment, when the Rahu Mahadasha starts, and Rahu is actually, in the Bhava wise, he is with the karmic Lord, because Rahu's, the Rahu and Ketu, the dispositors of Rahu and Ketu becomes the karmic Graha. So Rahu's dispositor is Guru, and Ketu's dispositor is Mercury, Budh. So Budh and Guru are the karmic Grahas, and Guru, being a karmic Graha, is also close to Rahu, if you see Bhavachalit. So it may be that when Rahu period is running, and in the Rashi Dasha, Scorpio is running, this could be the period when finally Modi ji will have end of the political career, socio-political career. Now this period, if we fine tune, then it comes to 2030 first half. Here if you see, Shani is in 25 degree, 2031. Where Shani and Ketu are on the same degree in the Graha Yuddha, almost Graha Yuddha. Within 1 degree, it cannot be said Graha Yuddha, but within 1 degree, because nodes doesn't participate in Graha Yuddha, but then it gives this effect. So Shani Ketu being on the same degree in Vrishabh, and Mars in Lagna, Jupiter again coming back to Dhanu. So if you see here, transit of this period, Shani was in Vrishabh, and Guru was in Dhanu. So in this time frame, Guru will complete its 5 cycles, so 60 years, and coming back to Dhanu, and Shani would have completed 2 cycles of 30 years each, and come back to Vrishabh. So I in my judgment, 2013 first half would be the period where Modi ji will finally hand over baton to the next eligible successor in BJP, or maybe the election will be held. I'm not at the moment sure in this case. So this is the period. So 2000. So I would say that okay, Vrushab transit starts from 2030. So 2030 and 31 are the years where Modi ji would start thinking of ending his glorious career. But then I think that between 2030 and 2031, this 2031 first half, from January to March or maybe to June, so that once first half of 2031 could be the end. It may come in 2030 also, because Vrushab, because there is a back and forth movement of Shani being direct and retrograde. Even in 2030, in some period, I think October or something, Shani and retrograde Shani and Ketu are meeting each other. So if you see here 2030 October, if you check that time, yeah, see Shani is in 14 degree and retrograde, and Rahu and Ketu are also on 40 degrees. So Shani, Ketu are exactly on. So this is also the period where you have this possibility. But then Jupiter is with Rahu, and this is also one period. So I would say, because both the Rahu and the dispositor of Rahu, that is Guru, I mean in original chart, are together. So this is the period of 2030 second half and 2031 first half could be the period of Modi ji finally leaving. I am not going to discuss about if I see the Prashna, the Tithi Pravesh chart, Tithi Pravesh of 2030, if I can get some idea on that. No, not in this chart, sorry. Here, Tithi Pravesh 2030. Then Shani Ketu is, they are in that chart, Ketu and Shani are very close. You say 14 degree, 17 degree, and in the 8th bhava, and the Marak Mars is in the 10th bhava. So there is a chances that this year, which starts yearly chart, which starts at September 3, 2030, as per the Tithi of birth Tithi of Modi ji, this could end the journey for him. So there is a 2029. I don't see much of it, but 2030 yearly chart, yes, it gives a good. Even 2028. Let me see 2028. 2028 is also one important, because Mars Ketu being a Lagna Lord in the 8th bhava, but actually if you see here, it shifts to 9th bhava. So I am a little bit of not that much, and the 10th Lord in 10th bhava. So I am not that much I mean, for the opinion, I can't form the opinion that 2028 yearly chart may end his career. So so it is a very bold prediction that 2029 elections may be postponed because of the global conflict and global crisis. And then finally, Modi ji may start thinking of ending his political life, his socio-political life in 2030 second half onwards, and most probably into 2031 first half. So this is my judgment. So I would summarize it again here, that in my opinion, 2024 victory of 2024 general election would be even bigger than 2019 for BJP. And Modi ji will become the prime minister for the third successive time. And then 2019 election may get postponed because of global level conflict, a huge global level conflict and emergency. And then finally, he may end his long 60 plus years career when Vrushab is coming back to Shani is coming back to Vrushab, Guru is coming back to Dhanu, when he took the Sankalpa in 1972 while joining the RSS, that time the same Graha transit of 60 years is getting over, and that would be probably the end of this glorious journey. So this is my opinion on Modi ji's overview of Modi ji's, the whatever is the balance carrier left. Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Om.